Today, the first satellite images emerged of the Pacific nation of Tonga following Saturday's volcanic eruption. The photos show the islands coated in ash.
Under the mighty depths of the South Pacific Ocean lies a force so immense and destructive that it has the potential to change the course of our world forever. The largest underwater volcano, known as Hunga Tonga Ha'apai, has unexpectedly cracked open, sending shockwaves through the scientific community and leaving everyone wondering about the aftermath of such a catastrophic event. Could there be any survivors in the face of such unimaginable destruction? How did this dormant giant suddenly awaken? And what does this mean for the future of our planet? Deep within the vast expanse of the South Pacific, a truly treacherous beast lurks. Hidden beneath the tranquil waters near the islands of Tonga, a colossal marine mountain lies in wait. This underwater giant, known as the Hunga Tonga Ha'apai volcano, has recently sent shockwaves of fear through the hearts of brave scientists and concerned citizens alike. It is no ordinary volcano. It is the largest of its kind in the entire world. But the true horror lies not only in its size, but in its newfound vulnerability. Unbeknownst to many, this terrifying titan has cracked, and the consequences of this seismic shift are simply unimaginable. The once dormant colossus has now become a ticking time bomb, its explosive potential skyrocketing to a staggering 360%. As the news of this cataclysmic event spreads, panic ensues, and for good reason. The aftermath of such a catastrophic eruption would leave destruction in its wake, the likes of which the world has never seen before. The delicate balance of our ecosystem would be shattered, sending shockwaves throughout the natural world. But it does not stop there. Lightning strikes dance across the desolate skies, a haunting reminder of the power that lies beneath the waves. The very foundations of our existence would crumble as dislocation and displacement envelop the lives of countless individuals. Famine and hunger would grip our fragile societies as sources of sustenance were wiped away by the unforgiving wrath of the relentless molten beast. If that wasn't sufficiently terrifying, the specter of towering tsunamis lingers ominously on the horizon. This monstrous force would surge forth, obliterating everything in its path, leaving nothing but devastation in its wake. And when the fury finally subsides, a thick blanket of hazardous volcanic ash will descend upon the land, burying vast stretches of our world in a suffocating embrace. But the calamity does not conclude with trembling terrain and a darkened landscape. The Earth, scarred and battered, is not the only victim. Space, too, would bear the indelible marks of this cataclysmic event. The Hunga Tonga Ha'apai volcano's previous eruption in 2022 left wounds that still haunt the celestial realm. Space, it seems, will never fully recover from this menacing menace lurking in the depths. The kingdom of Tonga, nestled in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, was recently rocked by a cataclysmic force that had the power to rival 100 Hiroshima bombs. It was the towering inferno of the Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai volcano, a fearsome natural phenomenon that unleashed its fury upon the unsuspecting islands. Situated in the western South Pacific Ocean, far removed from the inhabited islands of Tonga, this menacing volcano comprises the islands of Hunga Tonga and Hunga Ha'apai. Along the caldera rim of a larger submarine edifice, shallow reefs bear witness to its violent past. This volcano is just one of 12 that form the Tofua Arc, a segment of the Tonga-Kermadec volcanic arc, where the Pacific Plate is subducted beneath the Indo-Australian Plate. The remote location of Tonga makes it even more vulnerable to the wrath of this sleeping giant. The capital city of Nuku'alofa is a mere 65 kilometers away from Tongatapu, and the nearest mainland, New Zealand, lies around 2,000 kilometers to the south. Australia, a stalwart continent, is nearly 3,000 kilometers southwest of this treacherous, seismically active zone. The recent eruption of the hunga volcano has wreaked havoc on the once serene and idyllic islands. Its devastating force left only a small portion of the island above the ocean's surface, as if a gigantic chunk of its very being had been swallowed by the unforgiving sea. Nuku'alofa, the bustling capital city of Tonga, was not spared from this apocalyptic onslaught. Once synonymous with prosperity and industry, it now lies buried under layers of volcanic ash and plumes of suffocating residue. Its mighty structures stand fragmented, their grandeur reduced to mere skeletons of their former selves. Streets once filled with vehicles are now desolate, strewn with fallen trees, trunks, and debris left behind by the merciless waves of tsunamis and lightning charges. Tragically, the eruption has displaced over 80% of Tonga's residents, tearing them away from their homes and leaving them disoriented amidst the ruins. But Nuku'alofa is not alone in its suffering. The entire island has endured an unimaginable struggle for survival. Coral reefs, once teeming with life, lay barren and in ruins, a heart-wrenching blow to the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. The prospects for crop growth appear bleak, as the ash from the eruption, mingling with the ocean, threatens to unleash acidic rainfall upon the islands. Tonga, once a beacon of rural abundance, now faces the prospect of inhospitability for years to come. The most perplexing aspect of this cataclysmic event is the lack of warning that preceded it. Whether due to negligence or ignorance, scientists, climate experts, and even local residents failed to anticipate the eruption, despite witnessing strange occurrences leading up to the disaster. Tonga's awakening giants seem to scoff at their feeble attempts to comprehend its inner workings. This underwater volcano, unlike its terrestrial counterparts, lies beneath the ocean's surface and is categorized as a submarine volcano. These submerged vents or cracks in the Earth's crust spew forth molten lava, predominantly found near tectonic plate boundaries known as mid-ocean ridges. While most submarine volcanoes reside in the depths of the ocean, some lurk in shallower waters, capable of producing eruptions that hurl materials into the atmosphere. Astonishingly, over 1 million of these underwater volcanoes are estimated to exist, responsible for approximately 75% of the Earth's magma output. However, only a fraction of them, a mere 1/19, have been recorded to erupt in the last 11,700 years, making the Tonga eruption a historic event in itself. The pungent smell of sulfur permeated the air, infiltrating every nook and cranny of Tongatapu, Ha'apai, and Vava'u. The ash cloud, relentless in its journey, descended upon nearby islands like Foi and Mango, rendering them desolate and lifeless. The sheer magnitude of the eruption disrupted domestic life, prompting the cancellation of all flights and the exodus of thousands of displaced individuals seeking refuge. In the wake of this astonishing eruption, NASA wasted no time in launching extensive research efforts, delving into changes in atmospheric water content and the presence of sulfur dioxide. The Tonga Islands, a resilient nation facing an uncertain future, must now contend with the aftermath of this monumental natural disaster, grappling with the long-lasting effects of this formidable force of nature. Its recent eruption has left scientists trembling with fear, as it shattered all records and unleashed devastation upon the unsuspecting island of Tonga. For years, this volcano has lain low, seemingly harmless and insignificant. But with each passing eruption, its power grows, and the consequences become more catastrophic. It is as if an ominous doom is brewing, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. The recent outburst was like nothing ever witnessed before. A tsunami and shockwaves stretching 15 meters, ravaging the vulnerable west coast of Tongatapu. The sheer force was enough to send shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. To make matters worse, the aftermath of this colossal eruption is anything but easy to overcome. The residents of Tonga have been left with mere specks of dust, mere remnants of their former lives. Over 84% of Tonga's population felt the impact of the ash and tsunami waves, a relentless onslaught that spared no one. Amidst the chaos, 2 Tongan nationals lost their lives as casualties of this unforgiving disaster. What sets the Hunga Tonga Ha'apai apart from other volcanoes is its stealthy nature. Hidden beneath the surface of the ocean, it quietly wreaks havoc, largely unnoticed by the world above. Its underwater eruptions are often dismissed as mere waves or currents, masking the true power that lies beneath. The volcano's caldera, though submerged 150 meters below sea level, surpasses the explosivity index of other notorious volcanoes known for causing catastrophic impacts. But it is not just the immediate surroundings of the volcano that suffer the wrath of its fury. No, this underwater monster impacts the entire global system, both above and below the surface. Unlike its counterparts, which typically cause cooling effects after eruptions, the Hunga Tonga Ha'apai takes a sinister turn. It has the potential to cause global warming for decades, a terrifying realization that should send shivers down our spines. In January 2022, the volcano unleashed its fury, causing a temporary warming over the Pacific. The temperature soared over Wundig, a seemingly insignificant change, but one with far-reaching implications. An astonishing 146 metric megatons of water entered the stratosphere, surpassing the Earth's surface and becoming trapped as vapor, a greenhouse gas that wreaks havoc on our delicate climate system. The consequences of this eruption are not limited to the environment alone. The ecosystem, vegetation, and marine life have been plunged into a state of suspended animation, trapped in a frozen nightmare. Plumes of sulfur released into the atmosphere block out sunlight, plunging temperatures well below average. This overcooling effect can last for years or even decades, a chilling reminder of the power this underwater monster possesses. Decades-old eruptions still haunt us, their effects lingering like a ghost in the night. The Hunga Tonga Ha'apai has reshaped the Pacific seafloor, leaving a trail of violent debris in its wake, a stark reminder of its fury. Entire islands have been reshaped, rising and falling with each eruption, a testament to the ever-changing landscape of destruction this volcano leaves in its path. As if the land reshaping isn't enough, the release of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide gases poses a new threat. Acidic rain powers down, corroding the very fabric of life itself. The plume is sprayed as far as Fiji, casting a sinister shadow over the region. Marine life faces a grave danger, with thousands of sea animals buried under layers of volcanic ash or left stranded in a contaminated habitat. The once lush vegetation surrounding the ecosystem struggles to survive as the unforgiving landscape becomes barren and inhospitable. But this is only the beginning. Seismic activity continues to plague the region, with erosions, earthquakes, and tsunamis becoming an everyday occurrence. The activities taking place on our beautiful land are slowly but surely deteriorating it, rendering it vulnerable and fragile. It's as if we're trapped between a rock and a boulder, with no escape in sight. And the consequences of this land deterioration are dire. Food insecurity looms over us as staple crops and fish populations are harmed, leading to financial impacts and a scarcity of food. It's a vicious cycle that we're caught in, and it's getting worse. But just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, disaster struck. The pandemic ravaged our economy, causing a massive loss in revenue. And as if that wasn't enough, a catastrophic volcanic eruption tore through our beloved Tonga Islands, leaving destruction and despair in its wake. Thousands of people were forced to flee their homes, leaving behind a trail of devastation. But that's not all. The eruption triggered a series of events that reached far beyond our shores. The ocean itself experienced turmoil, releasing gas plumes into the atmosphere and causing a major offshore oil spill in Peru. Can you imagine the chaos? The global attention, the concern from medical and maritime organizations, the contamination of our water supply, and the spike in illnesses and diseases. It's a nightmare that we can't wake up from. But amidst the darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. Our fellow surrounding states, international organizations, and even private individuals have stepped up to help us. Restoration plans and projects are in motion, aiming to bring back the standard of living we once knew. However, the future remains uncertain. Will the coming eruption cause irreparable damage, as some scientists predict? Will we ever truly make a comeback? Only time will tell. For now, we must prioritize maintenance, observation, and preparation to ensure our survival. The fate of Tonga hangs in the balance, and we need all the support and positivity we can get. Share your thoughts, opinions, and hopes in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on our journey towards a brighter future.